Hello, everybody. How is it going? It's me, Broody, and I'm here with Third Dilemma. How's it going, my friend?
Good. How are you, Bruni?
Pretty good. I thought I'd join you again for another cast between our friend Heero, who is the Purple Terran, on the bottom side of Metalopolis, and he is actually going to be facing King Romstar, who is our pink Zerg along the top side of the map. So, for this game, I'm kind of hoping to see a macro game play out, as we're not quite sure what league these players are in, but I'm sure they're going to provide us with a nice game anyway.
Yeah. I've actually casted King Romstar and Hero before, and they're actually common submitters, and I'm really appreciative towards both of them. Hero is actually they're both pretty evenly matched, and I'm really excited for them.
Indeed, definitely. I can't wait to see this game either. You said you've seen it before, and it's a good matchup. So these guys must be friends or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are because they send a lot of games of each other playing. So I'm pretty sure they're just maybe two buds who want to try out strategies with each other and maybe just like to grind out a few games. Because for some people, finding or hitting that find match button, people like to be prepared. That's what I used to do. Is I used to play a lot of games with my brother, and then once I'd ladder, I'd get like a 15 win streak, and that's the best thing because then I'd know I'd improve. So that's actually a really cool thing to do.
Excellent, excellent. And we're seeing kind of normal build orders right here. We got a fast expansion going out from King Romstar. Usually some Zergs tend to go for the spawning pool around 12, gas first, and expand around the 16 to 20 mark. But I'm not quite sure. I think he's rather safe considering his nemesis here, Heero, is going for that fast kind of barracks into reactor play. Or, sorry, refinery play.
Right, right. And considering it is cross positions on Metalopolis, I'm pretty sure this game is going to be a really long macro game, unless if Hero plans on doing something incredibly cheesy, which I doubt, because usually when you get a gas, or usually when you get one gas, nothing cheesy is going to come out for a while, unless if you're going to do two poor and bad energy. But he's going to have to throw down that second refinery really soon, especially if he wanted that cloak.
Exactly, and the distance is still pretty far for two-board Banshee, but I mean, if it does hit, it would hit hard. Now, okay, I was just gonna comment actually on Hero not dropping a mule, but you know what? He's right on the ball. I was kind of gonna bring up the fact that Hero's actually keeping up a consistent APM of around 80, even though it says he's at 64 average. I like how he's moving into factory right now. It's definitely indicative of him moving into tanks to kind of secure his natural expansion, but I'm not quite sure. I think he has to make some kind of early dedication to a push because you don't want to let your opponent drone up too much, and this map is actually well known to be kind of Zerg favored.
I agree, even though I'd say it's a little bit Zerg favor on cross positions, excuse me, but I really do feel like this is a really balanced map, and I'm really sorry when they get out of the map pool. And I actually think Hero might be going for a 1-1-1 build, unless if we see that immediately, or unless if we see an immediate tech lab thrown down. A reactor on the factory. Oh,
Oh,
canceled.
well,
Oh, ooh, he even got me. He juked me out. Wow,
yeah.
very
Well,
clever.
he's kind of trying to egg us on here. He probably did that on purpose, knowing you're going to be casting this game. We still love you.
Yeah.
We still want your replays. We don't hate you for that.
Yeah, just don't keep doing it. It makes us feel like fools. Ooh, a command center going down. So I think we are gonna see maybe a tank expansion push, and those are really confident and solid pushes because even if you fail the push, you've still got an expansion up.
Exactly. And now I would like to see him kind of build another barracks to add on to this because he did get supply blocks, so he's going to have to cut himself short of unit production. Let's switch up to the Zerg for a second. Seems like he's going to be going for a +1 Zerg only kind of opening. He is getting his second gas now, so maybe he might want to switch a bit later into Infestors or Roach.
And if you actually look at the camera, I'll look at it really fast. Uh, King Romstar has a lot of vision. He's got vision of almost half the map now, and he'll know if anything's coming almost immediately. He's got four Zerglings coming down to see if there's an expansion or just to poke up on the ramp, and he won't be getting shot at. So I don't know. Oh, one thing that you can do, Hero, if you're watching this game, is don't get siege tech until you need it. That's something that Day 9 emphasizes on a lot. Is you can continue making tanks and then like right before you're gonna push out, hit the siege tech and then wait about 30 seconds and then start to move out. And about right when you get there is when you'll be ready.
Indeed, that is a very good point. I like to make about 2 or 3 tanks before I start my siege tech because it makes me feel safe in base, and I can also start my third base right before I push. And it's definitely the best idea to kind of expand behind your pushes.
However, if you do have a hard time remembering siege tech before you push out, I suggest that you keep doing that until you get more confident because I'd rather you get siege tech immediately than don't get siege tech at all. So that's a quick little pointer right there.
I also wanted to point out that our buddy down here, Heero, did actually scan his opponent, and he saw when the layer was going to come up. If he just waited a tiny bit, he would have seen the spire. This is very, very good play out of our friend KingRomstar. I would have loved if he kept another link kind of beside the base, but he is floating that Overseer in from the left position of the map. You won't see the forces move out until about now.
Do
But
you think he's gonna continue on with this push, or just do you think this is gonna be like one of those pushes where you scare the Zerg into thinking you're pushing, so he makes an overpopulation of units. For example, right now he's making 16 Zerglings, and if and if Heero pulled back right now, he would 24 Zerglings. So yeah, if he pulled back right now, he could actually make a huge economic damage into the Terran or Zerg economy.
oh my god, he actually gets caught on siege on the creep. He was going a bit of an overcommitment there. He was trying to go in and take out creep, and oh wow, actually, judging by the engagement, he might be able to clean up these Zerglings, but he's going to be down a few units. Is there anything in production right now? Nothing for the Zerg, so he's going to try and maintain this. I don't particularly like this idea. I think he should definitely back up, take a bit of creep tumors along the way, and head back to base because he's already done a massive amount of damage.
Right, and he needs to move up his Marines so he can actually be shooting down that spine crawl right now. Because right now the only thing that Hero's doing is waiting for these Zerglings. The Zerglings pop, they take out this tank immediately, and these Zerglings or these Marines will be cleaned up.
Indeed, definitely. And now he kind of has those links to harass. And there's currently nothing at Hero's base to defend, except for 4 Marines, sorry. Did you notice, however, that the Overseer actually did kind of put creep on that factory to stop the production?
I did not see that. He put the contaminate or what is it called? Contamination.
Yep,
D. Yep. Yes. Yes. Yes.
pretty
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Hero, you need to keep making SCVs out of both. Oh, he transferred. Okay, I'm like, you don't have any SCVs in your main, but yeah, transfer. Ooh, getting down to third really fast. That's a great idea. KingRomstar trying to do a run by right now, but that's just not going to work out.
Indeed, and now the third base going up for KingRomstar, that's going to be saturated almost immediately. He's building 7 drones, it looks like. You know what? I like the timing on the third expansion from Heero, but I think he needs to scout his opponent a little bit better, work on taking out that creep, kind of negate the links that are running around the map, just giving total map control to KingRomstar right now.
Um, I would agree. However, it is extremely difficult getting map control as Terran against Zerg because if you leave your units out too far away from your base, Zergling run bys become very oh my gosh, what's the word?
Hard to deal with?
Yes, very hard to deal with, and then banelings can just run over your army, and you're having to constantly reinforce the army that's out in the base. So I sort of agree. However, what I would agree with more is if he just took the 2 Zelnaga watchtowers, so he didn't have as much vision.
It's true. And to add on to that, maybe after he took the Zelnaga Watchtowers, which he's completely kind of forgetting about right now, he could get the double medevacs in there, take the towers, and kind of make a double pronged push, and that would definitely help his cause. I like how he's engaging the creep right now, trying to push that back, but he's also telling his opponent, "I am coming for your third." I kind of know it's there by now through intuition.
Um, 10 mutalisks being made right now. That's a lot of mutalisks, and if he can go do some counter harassment with that, that'd be amazing. Even just clean up these two tanks and then move in with the banelings, which he did have. The zerglings moving in.
Oh my god! Oh, and he pulls back at the last second. He could have actually got a decent amount of marine kills there, and his mutas would have been more effective.
Right, but I think he wanted more Zerglings. I still agree with you. I think he should have engaged with those Banelings. Um, and this third actually might go down. It's in a bit of trouble with three tanks and a handful of Marines. However, there are no medevacs, so these Marines, every single time they stim, it is a permanent damage loss. And never mind, there's the medevacs.
Indeed, nice. Also, there are four infestors on the way, four banelings and three more mutalisks. He is definitely going to try and push out, destroy this, and I'm really hoping that we can see Burrow pretty soon because Heero is taking the gold base and securing that with missile turrets. So very good play. Definitely before all your SCVs kind of get in position and before you start working on the refineries, it's always good to throw out the bunkers.
Man, even blasting at these eggs, Hero is refuses to give up this position. Actually right now he needs to pull back and not continue forward, which is what I'm guessing he's gonna do. And oh no, KingRomstar is gonna get the flank, or is he gonna counterattack? Nope, he's gonna get the flank on Heero. He's gonna clean up these tanks very easily, and this is gonna be a huge advantage, or not advantage, but huge pickup for KingRomstar.
Oh my god, trying to pull away right now over the infestors would be a good idea to drop your marines and try to kind of salvage the medevacs. But no, he just takes him over for a quick attempt at scouting the tech of his opponent. Still not
And
moving into there.
hatchery getting picked off over on the right side. Ooh, there's another hatchery up here. So KingRomstar really wanted to engage. Ooh, doing a good job. Oh no 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 no! He didn't cancel that hatchery, so that hatchery goes down, and these marines will be cleaned up.
Taking a look at the harvester count, it is 46 for Heero and 54 for KingRomstar, but with the gold being saturated and the 3 base saturation, of course, he is getting a pretty decent amount of income right now. A bit of an engagement here around the gold, but he sees it is a planetary fortress and tries to leave those forces there and attack directly into the natural base. Infestors kind of sitting around, they have no job to do right now. Thankfully for Heero, all of his SCVs that were at the natural were transferred. Nice fungal going off on the Marines there so we can take out a bit more units. And
He needs to.
wow,
Okay, nice job. Perfect control by KingRomstar here, and I think he's taking quite a big advantage, except for he's getting shelled away by this one tank. And is he going to take out this planetary or this orbital command? Yes, he does. Nice job. Very nice job by KingRomstar with the counterattack. He needs to pull back right now. Oh no, don't lose everything. Come on, KingRomstar, don't lose your advantage.
oh my
Oh,
god.
5 let's get away.
And one infestor with 5 health before it tried to escape. Wow, that was actually, that worked so much into his favor right now, and I feel like Heero is in a terrible position because that attack alone, he lost so little units and engaged when Hero's army was kind of split in half that he was able to save up about $3,200, and I feel that he could drop his 2 bases, which I guess he was trying to do, but he's dropping 2 more again. I feel like he should be working on his upgrades for his lings because he's only 1 armor and 0 attack right now, and dropping a couple macro hatches.
Right, Terran vehicle weapon going or +1 being upgraded, Terran infantry weapons +1 being upgraded, more tanks being made, another command turns being made, and if you actually look at the units lost tab, it is 7,649 minerals to 7,675 minerals. So it is extremely close. Like this is like a Zergling's difference right now, and
Oh my
so
god, a little bit of an
the,
engagement here as
no
Infestor
no no
actually
no no.
tries to go underneath all the units. Bailey's coming in for the flank. There are no tanks to support this, so the mutas kind of have free reign here, and all the forces get taken out. For Heero, -3 tanks that did not, luckily, make it to the battle yet. Creep spread is kind of minimalistic right now. It could definitely serve its purpose if you kind of filled up that bottom lane highway with creep. Perhaps producing a couple extra queens to get that going a bit faster and have transfuses for when his mutas get a bit injured. But, I don't think that he has anything to worry about right now coming out of Heero.
I do feel like you're correct on this. What Oh my gosh, 3k minerals stored up for KingRomstar. KingRomstar, you need to produce more. Make a few macro hatches, get lots of upgrades. There's a lot of things you can spend that money on. Um, he is doing good on crate spread at the top lane, like you said, but he does know that this third base is up, and he needs to take care of that before all the minerals are mined out. There's still a good 1,000 minerals on some of these rich mineral fields, and so if he can take out this base, that'd be a huge win. But I think Heero just heard me, and he's now bringing his army up there to defend.
Oh wow, I was actually just about to say I would have loved to see some Thors, and as soon as I say that, 3 Thors come out of the 3 factories. So, he's in good position, but again, with more scouting information, he should know that there were not that many infestors on the field. Muta count was relatively decent, and he only rebuilds them when I'm making them. Tiny engagement there, I'm going to cut myself off as the Marines run back to the planetary fortress, nothing will happen. But,
Getting a scan
yeah,
down on King Gromster's army. Just had to throw that in there. I don't know why that seems significant to say, but I said it. Um,
let's go.
he needs to, or King Roger needs to now be focusing more of his minerals towards an army and less of his minerals towards an economy. It's great that he wants to get a bigger economy up, but I do think that he isn't doing enough macro and he's doing too much micro. If you look at his APM, he's working at it, but he just needs to focus more on it. He needs to transfer some probes, and oh, here comes an engagement.
Oh my god, all of the Marines picked up and taken out as they were trying to get away from that little scuffle. I was trying to say before all these engagements happened that, now that he realizes that this army is very Ling, Baneling, kind of Muta heavy, with only a tiny bit of Infestor backbone support, it would be a great idea to kind of switch over to mech, almost full mech centric play, maybe have dropships and infantry for just drops to kind of throw his opponent off.
Yeah, quite right. I'd actually like to see some neural parasite going or research being upgraded right now for the Zerg player. Neural parasiting those Thors would make a huge advantage for Heero. Looking at the upgrades, vehicle weapons are +1 and vehicle defense is 0. Looking at the Zerglings, it's 2-0, and he's currently getting Zerg Carapace level 3, Chitinous 3
He's got ultras on the
Ultralisks.
way. Yes, he does.
Whoa. Hello, pretties. I am quite excited. And like I said, bam, Neuroparasite getting thrown down. Oh yeah.
Perfect. That is everything that we need to see. This is definitely a perfect read out of KingRomstar here. He knows what he wants to get done here. He knows that he has the money to throw away his unit, and we're going to see a 300 push in a few moments here. That was actually an excellent scout there by KingRomstar. I don't know why these scans keep getting dropped right after his whole army gets destroyed. That could be a lot of minerals saved, especially on the gold patches.
I'm curious as to why Heero keeps scanning the army of King Romstar. I don't know what he plans to see. I mean, he knows how big the army is. I think he's just doing it maybe, I don't know, for safety measures or something. I can't actually imagine the reason for wasting those scans when he could be using them on mules, especially when he's got or a fourth base that's not very heavily saturated and his minerals are very low.
Indeed, I agree with that 100%. Everything right now that is kind of coming out of Heero is getting entirely shut down, especially his defense here. I think it's not going to be able to hold all so well if he had his Infestor in the mix. Wow. Actually, you know what? That is holding pretty well. Bad fungal. Oh, finally a good fungal actually going down in that army. The army is wiped, and this is where we see the 300 push go down. That Infestor still gets out alive. He's been alive since the very first engagement when all the Infestors were made.
He's actually a Ravager. Oh no, he's gonna. Yep, Wow, like you said. 11 kills, rank Ravager. I have never even heard of that. I wonder if that's like significant in the Zerg race. Like they like brag about it. Like, ooh, I'm a Ravager. What are you? Well, I'm only like a Predator. I guess that's something that an Ultra is. Yeah, it looks like Predator.
I'm a mass serial killing Zergling.
Yeah, that's
Nothing
right.
big.
Yeah, I mean, I've got like 2 little fangs and that's about it. But that's pretty significant. Ooh, 2 medevacs full of Marines getting stemmed, moving in, about to kill the 5th base. It's gonna go down extremely quickly.
Wow, I just kind of wanted to say that all the mutas were taken out last engagement. He has full air superiority right now. If he can maintain his position here at the gold, or maybe not even actually, I'd like to see him kind of push his army back because that gold is almost useless. I would like to see him dropping all around the map at every specific point right now because 5 mutas on the way just due to the drops in general, so he could have definitely utilized that advantage he had for a moment.
This is a lot of Ultralisks. Can you picture? Look at them. They have 5 armor and 1 upgrades and damage. And melee text number 2 is coming up. Ooh, Terran infantry weapons level 3. That is going to be incredibly significant when it comes to battles. Marines that are 3/3 are notorious for being brutal. They rip everything apart. It's like they're Slasher from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they're just ripping through the turtle husks.
Yeah, I would say everything, but there are 12. Is that 12? 8, 9, 10, 11 Ultralisks on the field, and they, from personal experience, any kind of upgrades on a Marine don't do too well against an Ultralisk.
That statue being taken out, and yeah, I'd admit 5 armor against Marines is gonna be pretty significant. But still, I'm just saying the Zerglings
Oh
are gonna
my.
be ripped apart by uh by these Marines.
Oh, and all the infestors getting taken out almost except for one. Another stem and a burrow on everything. Wow, and trying to run away now. He wants to bring his links back to engage. And we're going to see all the tanks kind of go haywire for a minute. Wow, he almost lost his cool there.
I think I'm pretty significantly behind you because I did see the corruptors go down. However, the scan is going down. But right now I'm looking at a giant Ultralisk ball. Are you still looking at that?
Yeah, I am actually. It's pretty
Okay.
intense.
Okay, so we're in the same place. Good. Whew. Want to make sure. Okay,
You
now
see
the
this
Ultras are
engagement?
charging up the ramp. Okay, now the engagement, huge fungals, Ultras cleaning up everything. Going to town on the tanks. The tanks are going freaking crazy on the Thors. And Neuroparasite on the Thors, a really good play. The Ultras are going crazy, but there's no backbone to these Ultras. And Ultras are going to move out. No, take out those 2 tanks. Okay, good. He heard me. Taking out the 3rd tank. He's going for the Marines, but I think he should pull back. Yeah, good choice, good choice. There are 6 Ultralists, and they're now currently running back to home base.
Definitely a good choice. More infestors were popped by KingRomstar here. He. Oh, wow, I totally neglected the run by of the Marauders up here on the top left base. He ran by and
Whoa.
definitely took out an entire base to himself. I think he could have maybe stemmed and ran in and tried to get the other base too, but nothing actually happened.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
Wow, I'm surprised that we both missed that. Yep, the Marauders get cleaned up. However, the 5th base is still up and alive. I don't think that I don't think King Romster has to worry about his economy too much. He needs to worry about more about damaging Hero's economy. Hero has been sort of getting a base by base each game, and currently he's sitting on 2 bases comfortably now. The 5th base for Hero is going down, being morphed into a planetary fortress. He needs to be more into becoming engagey. My
A
words,
swarm.
my words left me right there. He needs to mass together and attack. Is what I'm trying to say here.
Indeed, and King Roaster is actually neglecting his larva inject. So I think right now, King Romstar kind of made a bad decision by holding back so long. I think he should have remaxed as fast as he could on whatever units he could because he took out a vast number of tanks. So anything that Heero could have actually brought at him at that time would be able to get chewed up by the rest of the Ultralisks and the Infestors that popped. This is a good choice, engaging down here, I think. Neural Parasite is going to go down on these Marines, hopefully, and the tanks. Everything once again taken down. Heero should have definitely thrown up a bit of siege there, but without the siege, anything he had is kind of null. I'm kind of feeling a GG coming on once these 3 tanks and a handful of Marines get taken out.
Yeah, you said that quite right. Luckily, we are hand in hand in time right now because you were commentating that battle perfectly. This planetary fortress isn't gonna do that well or do that much against 9 Ultralisks. The Planetary Fortress gets taken out, and I feel, yep, just like you said, GG really shortly. Siege tanks getting ripped apart. Ultralisks having a great time, and I don't know unless if King Romstar chooses to pull back, even though I feel like he should push into this fourth base.
Yeah, I think he should probably do that. KingRomstar says sub kind of as a taunt to his opponent. Um, but you know what? I'm pretty sure this is over, and KingRomstar knows that too. There's nothing right now that Heero can do to come back from this, especially with the mineral influx that his opponent has. 62, 6,300.
Yeah, Hero definitely needed to get some Marauders to Are you reading Dark Omen's chat? I definitely am.
Yeah, thanks for leaving. Fake.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Um, so it is good to know that they do have some friends that are supporting each other. I've actually gotten a game from the Dark Omen before, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. Get your friends involved. Right now, the Ultras are just wrecking everything, having a great old time, shooting their giant claws at whatever they want to. Lots of fun.
I kind of want to talk about positioning to Heero. I want to direct this at Heero. Early on, because you did have those medevacs kind of with your push to the third base, I feel like, that was an excellent engagement before the banelings and everything came up to you. I feel like as soon as you drop that base, throw a scan ahead kind of towards the natural and retreat with your army. And, there were mutalisks in the air, but keep an eye on the positioning of the mutas, because let's say mutants come in from the top of your base and swing around to the left of your base if they see Thors or something. Use that as a reference and kind of take a drop up towards the right side of the map and just kind of try to snipe off some tech. Any kind of tech takes a little while to build, and it can definitely hinder your opponent's ability to reproduce for sure.
KingRomstar throwing. Oh yeah, for sure. I agree. I just wanted to state that KingRomstar throwing his gangster life, his thug life out into the open. He's like, get money, get paid, and that's all. Ooh, these Marines barely. Oh,
Yeah,
getting
they were.
wrecked.
Yeah, they were
Ooh.
just definitely kind of getting notified that they were getting slaughtered by reading the braille on the side of the Ultralisks, because I'm pretty sure they were all blind.
Oh, for sure. KingRomstar. Hi, KingRomstar. You're sexy. Ooh, throwing down the you're sexy. Lots of tanks. I don't know if KingRomstar is going to be able to hold, or Hero's going to be able to hold this. Ultra's going to town on the tanks. Yeah, I think this is going to be just fine. The Corruptors helped a lot during this engagement. And he needs to focus. He needs to go towards the tanks and the Thor, not the Marines. Tons of Infestitarians going down. SCVs repairing the planetary fortress. And oh no, I don't think KingRomstar will be able to successfully finish up this push. I mean, there's a lot of. Oh wait, nope. He gets both planetary fortresses, so Heero has left the game.
Indeed, good game by both players. I was actually surprised to see Hero kind of stick on that long, and it was definitely the gold base that kind of gave that extra boost that he needed to stay in. I would have liked to see him kind of finish the game on top, but KingRomstar had very exceptional play as well, and just slightly less mistakes in certain aspects, minus the money. I'm I'm still baffled by the money situation.
Uh, for sure. 8,500. I mean, Hero, you need to do macro hatches. You had a problem with money the whole game, and making. I mean, macro hatches are not a bad thing. Sometimes Zerg players will feel like, well, I'm not spending my money well enough because I don't know. They feel like macro hatches are a noobish thing to do, and they feel like
Yeah,
it's not a good idea. Well, I was watching MLG, and Idra got a macro hatch. So yeah, Idra won fourth. So getting a macro hatch is definitely not a noobish thing to do.
it's an amazing thing to do, especially with your style of play where you like to stick kind of heavy on the Zerglings early game. You kind of got to think of a hatchery the same way as you'll think of a barracks or two. If I'm a Terran and I move to three bases and I'm kind of going all bio, whereas Zerg is going all link, I'm going to want probably 11 to 12 barracks, some with reactors, some with tech labs. So you kind of want to throw that down for yourself too, because you can utilize an entire set of larvae in one fell swoop. So yeah, macro hatches are a good thing.
And Hero, you just need to transition. You can't stick with that Marine tank army the whole game. I mean, you try to go Thors, and that's the right idea, but you need to do more drops in the beginning of the game because once the Zerg gets late game, there's no stopping him. You're honestly, if he would have gone Brood Lords instead of Ultras, this game would have been a lot harder for you to stay alive as long, because Brood Lords are like wreck Marines and
Everything he
tanks.
had.
Right. So I think what he needed to do was probably go some kind of air tech. I don't really know. Maybe just an upgrades. Upgrades would have done significant difference in this game. Your tanks were only 2-1 by the end of the game. And that's just not going to cut it.
Yeah, and I feel like maybe a little better of a read on your opponent. Try to keep tabs on what your opponent is doing. I know you scanned around the time of Lair, but you saw that his army composition was mostly Lings. So, you know what, it's never a bad time to switch into your Hellion production. Because Hellions, really, with proper micro, they can do multiple things. They can take out drones, they're fast, they can kite lings per se. They can take out Creatomers without the danger of having to run all the way back to your base and getting sniped along the way with Marines or something.
Agreed. Let's finish up this game. You start comment or you start self promotion.
Alright, so I am Broody. I just made a YouTube. It can be found at youtube.com/rawstarcast. So yeah, check me out there, give me a subscribe. I'll be uploading many videos. And also you can check out me at owned.tv, and I have a thread on Team Liquid, sorry, and that is under Broody. So yeah, come on, talk to me guys. Streams up all the time, and just come say hello.
And yeah, lolcats at 20 or lolcats at hotmail. Oop, 26. There's a 26 there. At hotmail.com. Send us more replays. We love them. We like them. We want more. And that's all. See you guys.
Take care.